Welcome in the online English lecture series of SVP Government College Dungal. Today we will discuss about the brief introduction to the life and works of Geoffrey Chaucer. Geoffrey Chaucer was the earliest English poet of the later Middle Ages. Working in the language now called Middle English, he was a contemporary of the anonymous author of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, and a friend of the man behind Confessio Mentis, there was John Gower. Chaucer is generally considered to be second only to William Shakespeare in terms of his contribution to English literature. When we talk about the Chaucer's life, the year of Chaucer's birth is not known with any accuracy, but is guessed to be sometimes in the first half of the 1340s. The traditionally accepted date of his death, the date engraved on his tomb in Westminster Abbey, is 25th of October 1400. Information about his life has been gleaned from surviving legal records, law sheets, wills, lease records, royal pension records, and marriage records, for example. Between his birth and death, Chaucer rose from being the son of an obscure minor bureaucrat and wine merchant, surprisingly, from surviving legal or illegal life from his life behind the scene. Between his birth and death, Chaucer rose as the son of a good father, a good court official, and royal ambassador. Among his acquaintances were the greatest poet of his age and the originals of some characters from Shakespeare and his history plays. From the records that have been survived, it seems that Chaucer achieved a state of semi-retirement in the last decade of his life. It was during this decade that he did most his works on his unfinished masterpiece, that was Canterbury Tales. When we talk about the Chaucer's works, Chaucer is primarily considered or remembered for the long and complicated collection of poems, collectively known as the Canterbury Tales. Chaucer wrote some other works including other long narrative poems and shorter lyrics, as well as a number of prose works. The main works of his writings was the Parson's Tale, a treatise on the astrolabe, the Book of the Duchess, book of the Duchess was on the death of Blanche, Duchess of Lancaster and the first wife of John of Gaunt in 1369. The House of Fame, somewhat conventional love poem, Aeneida and Arcite, Parliament of Fools, another love vision, Troilus and Cressida, another height of his artistic power, The Legend of Good Women, yet another unfinished love vision. When we talk about the Canterbury Tales is collection of 24 tales, mostly in verse, introduced by the journal prologue. The collection closes with a short prose piece known as the Chaucer's Retraction, in which the author asked that the reader ascribe all that is good in the work to the Lord. The general prologue introduces the structure of collections. While on a pilgrimage, few pilgrims to the shrine of St. Thomas in Canterbury, Chaucer falls in with a number of pilgrims at the Tabard Inn in Southwark. The pilgrims come from all works of medieval English life, and that appearance and characters are vividly described in the prologue. As the pilgrims set out together in the morning, they were to on the agreement to entertain each other on the long road by telling two tales each on the way to and from St. Thomas Shrine. Sadly, Chaucer was never able to complete even one tale for each of the described pilgrims, but the existing 23 verse tales with their prologues, together with the prose Parson's Tale and the general prologue, present in rich and varied pageant of medieval life. And the verse tales offer examples of most medieval poetic genres. Thank you.